Hi, I'm Gerardo. I'm here with the Mass readings for Tuesday, November 14th, 2017. Tuesday of the 32nd week in Ordinary Time, from the Lectionary 492. The first reading is from the Book of Wisdom, beginning in chapter 2, verse 23. God formed man to be imperishable. The image of his own nature he made them. But by the envy of the devil, death entered the world, and they who are in his possession experience it. But the souls of the just are in the hand of God, and no torment shall touch them. They seemed, in the view of the foolish, to be dead, and their passing away was thought an affliction, and their going forth from us utter destruction. But they are in peace. For if before men indeed they be punished, yet is their hope full of immortality. Chastised a little, they shall be greatly blessed, because God tried them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace, he proved them, and as sacrificial offerings, he took them to himself. In the time of their visitation, they shall shine, and shall dart about as sparks through stubble. They shall judge nations and rule over peoples, and the Lord shall be their king forever. Those who trust in him shall understand truth, and the faithful shall abide with him in love. Because grace and mercy are with his holy ones, and his care is with his elect. The word of the Lord. The responsorial psalm. Today's responsorial psalm is Psalm 34. The response is, I will bless the Lord at all times. I will bless the Lord at all times. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall be ever in my mouth. Let my soul glory in the Lord. The lowly will hear me and be glad. I will bless the Lord at all times. The Lord has eyes for the just and ears for their cry. The Lord confronts the evildoers to destroy remembrance of them from the earth. I will bless the Lord at all times. When the just cry out, the Lord hears them, and from all their distress he rescues them. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and those who are crushed in spirit he saves. I will bless the Lord at all times. Today's Gospel is the Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 17, verses 7 through 10. Jesus said to the apostles, Who among you would say to your servant, who has just come in from plowing or tending sheep in the field, Come here immediately and take your place at table? Would he not rather say to him, Prepare something for me to eat, put on your apron and wait on me while I eat and drink? You may eat and drink when I am finished. Is he grateful to that servant because he did what was commanded? So should it be with you. When you have done all you have been commanded, say, We are unprofitable servants. We have done what we were obliged to do. The Gospel of the Lord. The reflection. Another warning from Luke today, and one which is only found in this Gospel about complacency. Jesus asks, if we had a slave who had spent the day working in the fields, would we invite him to sit down, have his supper, and take a good rest? Or would we not rather tell him first to prepare his master's supper, and after the master had eaten his fill, only then would the slave be able to eat and rest? Would we even express gratitude to a servant who was only doing what was expected of him? At the same time, we might remember Jesus saying that watchful servants will be welcomed by their masters who will make them sit down and will wait personally on them, such as Luke chapter 12, verse 37, and that Jesus washed his disciples' feet as an example of service. The point Jesus is making is that God need never be grateful to us for anything we do for him, no matter how much we do for him. We can never put him in our debt. Everything we give to God, or God through others, is simply giving back to Him a small portion of what He has already given us. It is well said in the preface of the Church of the Mass in chapter 4 on weekdays. It says, "You have no need of our praise, yet our desire to thank you is itself your gift. Our prayer of thanksgiving adds nothing to your greatness, but makes us grow in your grace." God can never be in our debt. He can never be under any obligation to us. Perhaps that is what some of the Pharisees thought. They felt that because they kept the law perfectly, God owed them salvation. We can do the same thing ourselves when, for instance, we think that by saying certain prayers or performing certain acts, such as novenas, indulgences, pilgrimages, etc., God should jump to attention and do what we're asking Him to do. All our living out of the gospel is not a compliment paid to God. On the contrary, we can never be grateful enough to Him for showing us the way to truth, love, freedom, and happiness, which Jesus taught us, and for giving us the grace to walk His way. With God, all our giving is only partial giving back. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.